Today, we're venturing over to the gem state, Idaho. If you've ever wondered what it's like to live where vast wilderness meets charming communities, this is your kind of place. Many people have been moving here over the years, despite some of the challenges they're now facing. Today, we're going to become familiar with this state to see why some people hate it, why some love it, and why so many want to call Idaho home. Idaho has a population of about 2 million residents, but it's the 7th least densely populated state in America. You'll find that people here generally like to keep to themselves, but that doesn't mean that you won't have friendly neighbors and suburbs, especially around the Boise area. The median home price in Idaho is about $470,000. If you're from the Northwest like me, it's shocking to see Idaho's median home price be that high. It is noteworthy that this can be skewed by the Boise area, or places that have a lot of land. So if you're wanting to live in a smaller area and have a modest home, there are still places that are less expensive, although you may make less there too. The median household income in Idaho is $63,000. Taxes here are somewhat of a mixed bag. The income tax is a flat rate of about 5.8, but property and sales tax are at least less than average. Idaho is one of the safer states in the country, with a property crime rate that is 27% lower than the national average, and a violent crime rate that's even lower than that. Boise leads the way here by being one of the few biggest cities in any state that is beneath the national average in both property and violent crime. Now, the other thing people always talk about with Idaho is how conservative it is here. About 64% of the residents voted for Donald Trump, and 33% voted for Biden. The Republican vote in this state is about double the Democratic, and that's pretty standard. There were only 3 small counties that voted for the Democrats. However, Ada County, where Boise is located, was within a 4% margin. That is where many Californians are moving to, so it will be interesting to see if that changes over time. Idaho is one of the least diverse states in all of America. The population is 82% white, 12% Hispanic, 0.6% black, just under 1.5% Asian, about 1% Native American, 0.1% of residents are Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and 2% of residents are 2 or more races. Like most states in the Northwest, there isn't a lot of ethnic diversity here. The culture is dominated by small town folks throughout most of the state. There is also a large concentration of conservative Christians, Mormons, and farmers. That is really the makeup for this state. The weather in Idaho doesn't resemble neighboring Oregon or Washington, as it gets more sunshine than those places do, even though it's slightly below the national average. In the summer, the state averages 85 degrees for its July high, but the temperature plummets to a chilly 17 degrees for the January low. They get less than half of the national average in terms of annual rainfall here, but they get 20 inches more snow than average here. Their weather much more closely mirrors the neighboring state of Montana rather than their neighboring coastal states. If people aren't worried about Idaho feeling isolated, too conservative, too crowded in Boise, or not diverse enough, the final straw for many people is that they'll say there's nothing to do in Idaho. Now, there certainly isn't as much entertainment as you might have in neighboring states or cities like Seattle, Portland, or Vegas, but there is a trade-off. If you prefer a slower pace of life, this is much more likely to be what you're looking for. If you're looking for stuff to do here in Idaho, many residents really take to the great outdoors. There are lots of great places in this state, or neighboring states that people come from all over the world to see. Idaho has many great places to get outdoors, but think about this. The neighboring states have all of the following natural attractions: Yellowstone National Park, Glacier National Park, Zion, Bryce's and Arches National Park, Lake Tahoe, and you have the states of Oregon and Washington too. Most of these places can be easily explored in a weekend trip, and you can get a lot of variety from here. If you're looking to stay in the state, The Greenbelt is a popular place to go for a walk. Locals love going to the growing food scenes in Coeur d'Alene and Boise. And there are lots of small excursions too, like the Silverwood Theme Park, the Old State Pen, old mines, and historic sites too. Idaho is a place where you come to enjoy a quiet, peaceful life and have access to many neighboring states to get a variety of urban, small town, and remote fun. Now, let's take a look at a few places you might consider moving to or visiting if you come to Idaho. You could move to a small town like Idaho Falls or Twin Falls, aptly named for the breathtaking Shoshone Falls, is often referred to as the Niagara of the West. Located along the Snake River Canyon, Twin Falls is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts and adrenaline junkies. Our next stop is the picturesque town of Coeur d'Alene, a lakeside retreat that captivates with its stunning views. With pristine waterfront, a charming downtown area, and the iconic Coeur d'Alene Resort, this city is a haven for those seeking a more relaxed pace of life. Enjoy water activities on the lake, stroll alongside the Coeur d'Alene City Park, or explore the scenic Tubbs Hill natural trails. Boise, the state's capital, is an urban oasis surrounded by nature. For many, Boise strikes a perfect balance between city life and outdoor recreation. What makes this area special is that even within the metro area, there are smaller communities that people really take pride in. So yes, Boise is the foundational city everything is built around, but there are lots of small towns that surround it. Most of the time, I encourage people to visit somewhere before moving because you need to think about safety. But here, it's more so to determine which of their small towns or cities might match your lifestyle best. Now, make sure to check out the description for more information on different suburbs of Boise too. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you enjoyed this, smash the like button, subscribe for more great videos, and of course, take care.